Hello, Madan. Good evening.
Hey, uh,
Is it better
morning.
today?
Uh, yes, I looked
Okay.
like that, but I don't know.
Okay. So let me share the screen.
Yes, good now. I hope I'm recording it. Okay.
Just a minute. I will just start recording for you.
Okay.
Now you will be able to record it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So today, just I will be showing the connector. The theoretical part, just I have given an overview. So we'll be moving to the connector, how the connector will work and how the connector will be look like. Okay.
Can you give me the overall theoretical part again? Like
Okay. Sure.
what
Sure.
has to be
Okay. I'll be giving an overview once again. So what happens in the connector? So just let me open that image once again. Can you see that image?
No.
Or I think I have to reshare. Just a minute.
Yeah, I'm able to.
Yeah. So basically you will be having different extract program. So the extract program can be from your provisioning, just like it can be an employee export program or any other program in provisioning, or else it can be outside your LMS. Suppose if you are extracting some file from outside system, suppose you are putting in there to SFTP or some other sites. Okay, so extract program will be having some data. So if it is the learning history data, then it will be maintained in the learning history template. Okay, that connected template I'll be coming back. So whenever I'll be showing in the system. Okay, and also it can be a some say user data. So user data, basically you don't have to prepare the data. It will be coming from employee central. That is your employee export file. Okay. So that directly it will be coming from the employee export program from the provisioning. Okay. You have to schedule the job. Okay. For the employee export. Then automatically this data will be coming and it will be sitting into the SFTP site. Okay. So that will be an input file. That employee export will be an input file for you. Okay. In the SFTP. Yeah. So once the file is put into the SFTP, you have to schedule the program in the SuccessFactors LMS. That is your connector program. Okay. Suppose say you are running the user connector. So okay, there will be a connector program in SuccessFactors inbuilt user connector SF. Okay. So that you have to schedule the program. Otherwise, you can also run that program on an ad hoc basis. Okay. So once that program is run, all those data will be which will be in there in the SuccessFactors SFTP site, that will be fetched to the SuccessFactors LMS database. Okay, so that will be stored in an archive format. Okay, so that archive format file, it will be an archived input file. Okay, so that also I'll be showing how the archive input file will be looking like. Okay, so that will go and store, it will be stored in the archived input file. Okay, you can access up to 30 days, 60 days, whatever, depending upon the settings or the configuration you have done, depending upon the business process, till how many days they want to see the archive file, that you can do that. Okay, so once that is done, it will be moving to the SuccessFactors LMS DB. Means you will be inputting, so all the validation, or after all the validation has been done, it will update corresponding fields. If it is a user details, then all the user data of SuccessFactors LMS, that will be updated. If it is related to items or item history, okay, or curricula, so whatever the things are there, those things will be updated in the SuccessFactors LMS once the connector program has been run successfully. Hmm. So that is the overall idea of how the connector will be looking, because you can think of connector as a postmaster. Okay, so it will be just, and sender is the source file, which will be having the legacy data or whatever the data you want to extract, and the destination will be the SuccessFactors LMS. Okay, the connector works like a bridge, or it can be a, you can think of it as a postmaster in between the extract program and your SuccessFactors LMS database. Okay, any questions? Overall concept clear?
Yes. So the connector will run from the provisioning. So
No, 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 no. Connector will be running from SuccessFactors LMS.
Okay.
Okay. So the file will be stored in the SFTP site. Suppose you want to upload all the learning history. Okay. So you have to go to the SFTP site and you have to upload there. Otherwise, if it is an employee file, automatically it will be updated in your SFTP site. If it is if it is a SuccessFactors user file, that is your employee export. So by running a batch program, that you can schedule it, and you will be automatically that will be put into the SFTP site. There are two ways. Otherwise, you can also directly go to the SFTP site and you can upload that whatever the files you want to upload. You can schedule that program. Any question?
Okay.
You understood? Or
No,
because I'll be showing the demo, so then you will be able to understand. Okay. And for this instance, actually,
you will load some data like in the demo.
No, demo I'll not be able to, because I don't have SFTP site for this preview system. I have my own SFTP site. Okay, so I'll be showing where it is done, but actually what's the running the program, and because in the T1 system whatever access I have, they don't have any SFTP site for that. Okay, SFTP site it is actually they have not shared, only the instance they have shared. Okay, so that I'll be showing in my system where exactly it is done, and how the program I'll be running, I'll be showing in that system. Okay. So can you see my system provisioning? Let me
Yes.
let me open my provisioning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be showing the provisioning part. So where exactly it is done. It is actually another client. So I don't have provisioning access to, because it's so sensitive, they have not given. So I'm showing schedule. So in provisioning, we have something called, you must have used this, managing job scheduler, manage scheduled jobs. Okay. If you go to the manage scheduled jobs.
So 1 minute, I'm just taking one call. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, sure.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I
No problem.
disconnected the call, but again I got a call again. So I thought
Okay.
of
No problem.
important
No
thing.
problem. Okay. So you will be having a program like this. Okay. Employee export. Can you see, right?
No, you entered to provisioning from there,
Yes.
like.
Entered provisioning. There is manage scheduled jobs. So after entering the provisioning, there is something called manage scheduled jobs. Okay. Managing job scheduler. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So then you will be going to the manage scheduled jobs here. Okay. Then there are so many jobs which are scheduled from the provisioning, as you know, from the different modules. From that, you have to search the job type. Okay. So job type, that is your employee export. Okay. There is an employee export job type. Then you have to refresh. Okay, so there will be a program like this, employee export. Okay, employee export. Then in the right hand side there is a something option called run it now. Okay, so I am not running it now, so I'll just showing you how it will be showing.
So employee export is for EC or like or to
Yeah.
this one?
Actually, we will be moving. Means suppose you have 20 employees who joined your organization. Okay, you have uploaded their data. Means those data are directly coming from your onboarding to the employee central. Okay, so once those 20 employee have been hired, but those data will not automatically flow to the LMS. Okay, so for that you have to schedule this job. Okay, so you have to, once you schedule this job, all this employee data will be moving to the SFTP. Okay, so after going to the SFTP, then you have to run the connector, means the schedule program in the connector that will take all the new employee hire data from the SFTP. So that is the overall concept.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how this job you have to schedule in one job. You have to schedule in provisioning, and suppose you are scheduling this
No,
job.
you entered to manage. You entered into manage jobs.
Hmm.
From there, you got one template. That is a template or what?
Yes. Actually, it's a not exactly a template. It's actually URL. So you'll be getting a job. Means whatever the job there, export employee export job is there. If you go there, then you can schedule here. Means on whose name you are going to, who will be the job owner, who will be responsible for running this job. Okay. So here you will be getting all the details, server access. Okay. So these are all SFTP credentials you will be getting from SAP. Okay. Your SFTP login, SFTP password. That you will be maintaining here. This you can see host address or your FTP login, FTP password, SFTP protocol. All this access you will be getting from SuccessFactors. SAP will be sharing this, and you have to maintain these credentials like SFTP22.SAP. This is actually data center 22, so it is showing SFTP22.SAPSF.com. In my previous project, it was the data center 10. So it was sftp10.sap.com. So accordingly, SAP will be whatever the credentials they will be sharing, you will be putting it here. This is a one-time activity. You don't have to do it every day. During the implementation only, you will be just enabling it. Then you will be having this file access, means the file format and everything, where you want to store that file. Because in SFTP, in which folder you want to share that file. Okay, that
You
file.
can't do it. I mean, demo means like you will give explanation, correct? Like you can't load any file in the system, correct?
Actually, we will be giving the instruction to the system that you will be storing this file in this SFTP in this folder. Okay, so you will not be able to access, means you don't have to put in directly there. You have to giving access to the SFTP file access from
But
here.
who will create the folder?
Folder will be already there. So I'll be showing one SFTP from one of my project. Just I will show you how the SFTP will be looking. Have you ever access to the SFTP?
No.
Okay. So let me show you how the SFTP will be looking like.
We started sharing or?
Just a minute. Actually, I'm putting my credentials and all because it's all the
Okay.
sensitive information. Actually, this part is a bit technical, and most of the clients they don't do it themselves. Only they are taking help from consultants.
Mm-hmm.
Once this job is scheduled, they don't have to worry about, means they will be having their.
So SFTP site also will be provided by SAP, is it?
Yes, SFTP site will be provided by. So you are correct. So SFTP credentials, and everything will be shared by SAP. So you have to raise a
That
ticket.
is
You have to raise a ticket for that directly. They will not be giving. They will be generating, and they will be providing all the access to the client. Okay. Can
that
you
is for only LMS.
LMS as well as onboarding?
Okay.
These two modules is a little bit. We have a multiple portal actually.
Oh, okay.
Onboarding is more complex compared to LMS also. So they have
Oh.
another portal for super admin as well. Now
Mhm.
in onboarding 2.0 in the around it will be releasing in November around. Then it will be a little bit simplified. But again, that's very pain. So can you see the site that
Yeah,
web
I'm able to.
showing? It is showing something called web transfer client. Okay. So what there are so many folders here. You can see there are feed, logs, ONB. ONB means onboarding. WFA means it's workforce analytics related. But most of the this LMS file actually I have stored in the underscore feed. If I go to underscore feed, then I'll be going something called upload. Okay. So feed underscore upload. Here you can see all these success factor LMS related files, which is from my previous uh, data. It is actually storing here. And there you can see there is in the top bottom, you can see which I have highlighted in this violet color. That's user underscore data. Okay. So in the last night, whenever I have run this means employee export program, it is came and it is stored here. Okay. And today night, actually, the success factor user connector program will run and it will take consume this file. Okay. So basically, there are producer consumer concept. Your success factor provisioning, whatever the program employee extract program export program you are scheduling, that will produce this file. That is, suppose there are 20 employees who are joined, or suppose there are out of that, suppose previous some 5 employees transfer happened, their business view changed. So all those data should be updated in the LMS as well, right? So those for that region, the success factor provisioning, that employee export program, it will produce this file every day. Okay, that is it will be in the format user underscore data. It will be a CSV file. Okay, so that file, it will be consumed by the user connector. So whatever the connector program you will be running, this file will be consumed by your success factor LMS. Okay, and it will be updating the respective data. Suppose there are 5 employees whose BU business unit got changed because of the transfer. All those 5 data will be updated in the LMS. Suppose there are 10 employees whose supervisor got changed. Okay, so those data also will be updated in the LMS. So you don't have to update it manually in the LMS. Okay, and there are 10, 20 new hires. Okay, so all those 20 new hires will be updated in the success factor LMS. Okay, that is the main
Okay.
purpose of the file. And where this is maintained, this means this actually I have maintained under feed underscore upload. But system, how the system will know that you have to pick file from that also I'll be showing here today. Okay, that setting is done in the success factor LMS. There is a configuration. Okay, that
Mhm.
will be giving instruction to the system that hey, you have to go to this file and you have to follow this path like slash feed underscore slash upload. That instruction we have to give to the user connector from program, so that it will go and understand that it is my user underscore data file. So it will pick that file and consume it, and it will process it in success factor LMS, and accordingly it will update that file in all those employee records accordingly in the success factor LMS. Okay, so that is the
Okay.
overall concept. But again, there are also upload options here. Okay, this is exclusively for user connector, but for all other connectors, those will be actually a CSV file you have to manually prepare, like learning history, or if you are having some other data. Suppose then in that case you will be uploading. You can there is an upload option directly. You can directly upload this file here, and SuccessFactor LMS, so that history connector or whatever connector you are using, if you schedule that, then that file will be automatically taken from SFTP. Okay, so that is the overall concept here.
What is the report, the zip folder? Because it is an input file, right?
Though these report actually these are generated report. So once
Oh,
you
this is
this is actually system generated. So I'll just show you one report or report format. This is been auto generated. Once your user has been uploaded, system will generate a report. Okay, so like so this is the status. This is the kind of status report for success factor that These are the files, or if any error happened, they're all log. This is again a log file. You can say it will be generated every day depending upon your schedule. So if I do extract of it, then it will show the how the program is like. Basically, it's a connector report which is run in the 12th of January. So there are two reports. One is the summary report, one is the error report. If I go to the summary report, it will say this is the this is the status of this connector. Can you see it? Or I
Yeah,
will. Okay. So this is just a preview I am given. So if you go to the details, uh, I will.
displaying in the right side, right?
Yes,
No,
yes.
no.
Actually it is a preview. Actually, I have to open it using this. It's an actually HTML file. Okay. So either I can down this report also will be getting in your email. Okay. So I'll be showing the Chrome.
No, and the top will be on pop-up blocked. No.
Pop-up log. So I'll be showing the another one. How this HTML will be looking like. Now you can see this connector run report. Okay. So there are
Yeah, right.
two errors. So in the top, in the connect, this is actually connector completion report, and this report you don't have to go to the SFTP to download and see it. Other, if you have maintained your email ID, then your user who will be responsible, he will be getting this report in his email ID. So you don't have to go to the SFTP and download this report. Okay, SFTP will store this report in the SFTP. Okay, but this report also can be delivered in your system. Okay, so here you can see there are some report. It is showing generating and sending reports. Completion status, some warning is there. Okay, out of 18,000, some 17,000 exceptions are there. Okay, and because it's a test environment, there are so many exceptions, and you can see the messages. What is that? There are two kinds of exceptions. Okay, that is your unexpected error. Second one is invalid date format. Okay, so if you want to see what are the details, there is another report which will be showing into details. So I'll just open that report as well. So can you see the same thing? The connector, like once again, the detailed report. One is a summary report, one is a detailed report. Okay. So here there are some exceptions. So you have to see that financial account domain is not configured. So whatever the configuration related detail, any configuration is missing, that report will tell you. Okay, what are the types, different types of error, you will be seeing that. Then accordingly, you have to correct those error and you have to run the connector once again.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how, and actually it is a limit. It will be having maximum 5,000 error it can show at one time. And if you want to increase the number of errors, then error report, then you have to change in the configuration. And that configuration we'll be discussing in details. Okay. So this is how you can see and troubleshooting. Okay. So for some of the error, actually it is showing the date format is incorrect. So system actually rejected. Okay. So date format should be DDMMYY, but actually it's an MMDDYYY. So these are the different types of exception you will be getting for which user ID. Okay. And all these things you'll be getting in this connector report once you run the connector.
Okay.
Okay. So it is applicable for all connectors. Means just I have given one example. This is for a user connector, but for your domain connector, curriculum connector, schedule offering connector, this concept is applicable for all other connectors. You will be getting similar reports only. There's no difference. Okay. Next, I will be moving to the system once again. Huh. So here, can you see the all the connectors here? So which now we have discussed, that is a user connector underscore SF. Okay. So here you can see there is a test FTP connection. Okay. So FTP connection means whether it is how success factor SFTP is connected to your LMS or not, system will test that yes, FTP connection is working fine, username, password has been working fine, okay, and connector input file read access means your program is having all the read access. So all this will be must be passed before you schedule this connector. Okay.
So this connection, everything will be set initially, or
This is actually I'll be also showing means whatever the connection where it will be configured that I'll be showing just after this. I'll explain this connector and then I'll be going to system configuration and I'll be showing where this actually it is done, this configuration. Okay.
okay.
So here this is actually user admin screen. So in that LMS you'll be able to see. So you can see last job execution is succeeded. Okay, and next job is scheduled on the 15th of June, 1:15 p.m. UTC. Okay, so here you can see the job status, and you have ticked this. This is the scheduling happened, and this job is scheduled every day at 1:15 p.m. Okay, so you can change this also if you want to change it. Otherwise, also if you want any specific time zone, if you want to schedule that, you can do that. And if you want to this report to be delivered to every day, then you have to maintain your email ID here so that whatever the connector will be running, that status report, that audit report you'll be getting every day. Summary report as well as what are the error happening, that if you want to see that you can get it. And also there is something called so archived input files. So here if you have set archiving, so you'll be able to see the different can you see that pop up? No.
No.
Okay, let me share again. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is actually an archived file. For the if you see for the last 30 days or whatever the 33 total records they have run. So you can go and see every individual archive file and the completion status you can see. And there is a download section. So if you go to the download archived input file, it will be the same archived zip file which I have shown you. Okay. So that zip file also you can download it from here without going to the SFTP. You can download it and you can review it if any error happening. Okay. This is applicable for all the connectors. So whatever the connectors I'll be showing you, so all the connector it is actually applicable. Same concept, only the file format will be different. Similarly, if you want to see the results, so you can see the few results here, like whatever the log you can, if you want to detailed log, okay. So detailed log also you can see it here directly. Okay. So this is how the connector overall concept and how it will be working. It is a one-time activity. So unless and until there is any changes, so this is a one-time activity during your implementation. Okay. And the support consultant will be responsible. He will be actually if any error happening, so he has to help the admin. Okay. So for understanding the error, and if the admin is smart enough, they can also learn it and they can execute it. And also if any troubleshooting, they can also simple troubleshooting they can do. If it is a hiring date format or any other ID is missing, so they can also troubleshoot and identify those error. Okay.
Okay.
So same is applicable for all other connectors. Suppose it's an item connector. Okay. So item connector means you will be the structure is same. The scheduling and your FTP connection part, everything is same. Okay. Similarly, the competency connector. So these data also competency connector also data is a one-time activity. Suppose you are maintained all the competency in your competency library that is in your platform, SuccessFactors platform. If you want to import that into the LMS, then you have to run this connector one time, and you don't have to schedule it every day because competencies are almost defined once in a while. If there is any update in after 1 year or 2 year, again you have to run this program. So generally we don't schedule this competency connector every time. The most frequently used is the last one, which I have already shown you, that is user connector SF. Otherwise, all the connectors are ad hoc basis. So whatever the required, you can use
So
that.
for everything, there is a separate FTP connections, or for all?
No, all are connected to the single FTP. So FTP user ID password is the one FTP user ID password, and that will be remain same across for all the connector. It will be same. Okay. So now I'll be showing you the configuration part, where exactly.
No, where 1 minute, like where
Yeah.
I will, I mean, like, okay, this is these are the standard connectors.
Yes.
Okay, so this is like a SM37 in SAP.
Exactly. You understood now. So you have properly analyzed, the analogy is correct. So the background job, whatever the jobs you are scheduling, so this is standard one. You have to schedule it or not schedule it depending upon your scenarios. Okay. So once you schedule it, it will be run perfectly. Means every day, unless and until your password has been changed by someone, this program will run successfully.
Okay.
Now I am going to show you something deep that is related to the configuration, where this exactly this.
So what is different? Why there are multiple connectors available?
Huh. So multiple connectors, because we are in success factor, we have multiple entities, right? We have items. We have
Okay.
we have learning history.
Structure based on structure, they will
Yes, yes,
different.
yes. Position. You have registration, schedule offering.
Got it.
Also, there are alternative also. Suppose if you don't want to use connector, there is alternative which I am going to show you next. So actually, we have import export option also. You have to maintain in an Excel and you can directly upload without you going to this complexity. But thing is, there you will not be getting proper error message. Okay, so the exception handling will not happen directly. The system will not show if any error happens exactly. Okay, so but here the error handling is very smart. So whatever the error will be happening, system will tell, "Boss, this is the error, and these are the things you have to do." So for that reason, actually we use a connector. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question regarding connectors and all?
No, I am good.
Okay. So where the connector, how the connector file will be looking like, that I am just going to show you. For that, I am going to the configurations. Okay. So if I go to the configurations, just a minute, I'll show you something else. Uh, First, I'll be showing the connector template, how the template will be looking like. Then I'll be moving to the configuration. Okay. So in system admin, I went to the tool section. Okay. In the tool section, there is something called download connector template. Okay. So you don't have to share the template with the client. They can also directly go to the system and they can download the template directly from here. Okay. So there are two actions: download template all columns. Then second one is the download template only mapped columns. Okay. So preferably I always use this download template all columns. Okay. So all the fields will be coming there. So in the connector file, you will be getting all the whatever the existing connector you have, means system SuccessFactors is providing all the connector template. You can go and directly uh, download this template from here. So I'm just downloading the user connector SF. So it will I'll show you how the template will be looking like. I think in my Internet Explorer some pop-up is blocked. So let me show you the connector file. So this is one of the sample which I have. Okay. So this is one of the sample file. This is a connector file. You'll be having different section.
No,
Status.
you are downloaded now, is it? Downloaded is coming with the data, or you have this one?
No, no, no. Actually, I have this one. Actually, which actually this I think it is they have blocked in that which system I have. Just you try when, because you are having access, you are able to download it or not. For me, actually, I think some pop-up is blocked or something is there, but I'm not able to download it. But in my test environment, which I have already downloaded from my system, okay, that I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Okay, so you just try whether you are able to download. You just open in a new browser, because I have opened some five browser, so it is not showing.
Mhm.
Okay, but the
Okay.
file will be looking like this. So you'll not be having this data. You'll be having like this first name, last name, all these things will be having. All the state, code, review, your all these fields will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Or
Let me
if you have
try.
any custom field, then you'll be having this custom 0102 customization field. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, you don't have to prepare this file manually for the user connector. Okay. But for all other files like learning history, if you're downloading, then you have to download it from there. Okay. So this is how it will be looking like. Just a minute, I'll just opening. Hmm. So now can you see the connector for tools? You remember the path, right? Where you have to download?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically system admin, then tools, then there is a download connector template. So today itself you do it. If you are not able to download, just let me know, because I think some pop-up is blocked or I don't know. But from my test system, I was able to download, which otherwise I will be sharing all those templates for your understanding how the template will be looking like. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how the connector templates will be looking like. And now I'll be moving to the configuration part, where exactly the configuration setting has been done. And also in the meantime, after connector, I'll be showing some other configuration. Those are very sensitive configurations, so I'll be showing, and that is again one-time activity during your implementation. Okay. So just now I moved to the configuration. Now I move to system configuration. Inside that, so there will be a lot of configuration ID. Can you see it? Admin quick links, AICC,
ACC. Yeah.
regex, catalog. So these are all my configuration file. Okay. So first I'll be focusing on the connectors. Later on I'll be showing whatever the relevant configuration which are generally we do, because there are so many things, but we don't use everything. Okay. All the configuration ID, the similar to in your on-premise HCM, you have a lot of in SPRO there are a lot of configuration point, but exactly what you need, what are the relevant for you, right? Depending upon your business process. Suppose you are implementing payroll for India, I don't need configuration for payroll UK, right? Similarly, there are so many configuration ID, but you don't have to go to for each and every ID. Okay. So first I will be showing the connector parts. So again, all the connector related initial configuration has been done here. So it will say this configuration contains the properties for the SuccessFactors connectors. Okay. So if I go to the file and go to change option here, I can see it is very small file. Can you see it, or shall I zoom it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see the input file here, so there are some basic settings. So which is already done by SuccessFactors. So you don't have to do changes here. Okay. Only thing is here you have to do the password, credentials, whatever the credentials you have, that you will be uploading here, and the email ID. Okay. So email address I have uploaded. Okay. Like I have maintained my email IDs, whatever the email ID I have. Okay. And also this the folder which I was telling, right? You can see feed underscore upload underscore this thing directory. So this is a location where my connector, it will store all this data file. Okay, if it is a user connector or any other connector, the source file will be stored in this folder. Okay, suppose if you want to store in some other folder, then you have to come and change this folder address here. Okay.
Can you little zoom in, like
And
zoom?
if I'm zooming it here, actually it is taking you some other screen, means it is actually, can you see it now?
Yeah, it is better now. Like
Okay.
earlier, it was very
Okay.
small.
Okay. It is very small. Yeah, exactly. So here, this is the directory, we maintain it here. Then you have to make, so suppose you want to enable whatever the things you want to enable, you have to maintain as a true. There is a concept of true or false thing. So whatever the things you want to enable, you make it as a true field. Okay. So here actually I maintained this connector is this thing. So for individual connectors, again, we will be having different settings here. Okay.
So what is this? It's like an essay, right? Like it is not like.
This is actually one-time setting. Okay. So for all your connector, so the field mapping and all the settings, because by default SAP will be providing. If you want any change here, if you are having some custom field, okay, you want to do the mapping here, then you have to commit here. Otherwise, you don't need everything. Only the email address, and you have to maintain the domains here. Okay. So this is an individual connector settings. First, I'll be showing to the user connector so that you'll be able to understand. So for each field connector, you will be having these fields by default. It will be showing there. Only thing is you have to activate or deactivate. So what are the connector you are using? Accordingly, you'll be doing this activity.
Yes.
Let me come to the user connector first.
So where is it? I mean, the path for the template you said, system admin connector.
System admin, then the tools. Under that tools, you will be having connector template. Have you logged into the system or?
Yeah, I logged into the system.
Okay,
Connected,
okay.
download template.
So download template, you should be able to download there.
Yeah. But I didn't get any.
So have you tried Chrome or have you tried using Internet Explorer?
Explorer. I have chosen the user connector template, but there is no further button to download.
I think in this test environment, they might have some restriction. I'm not sure. But I'll be sharing the file. Okay. But whatever the connector in the actually the production environment or whatever my system I'm having, I'm able to download that. I think they might have restrictions to download in their system.
File extension is what? Like TST or CSV?
.csv. .csv. Generally, it will be .csv. Otherwise, you'll be getting a zip file, and we have to extract that zip file.
Okay.
Okay. I think they might have restriction in this system to download their template. They might have done that. So here you will be seeing this SF user connector dot default value dot domain ID. Here you have to you can do the settings here. Okay, like suppose
these are all is a default configuration or
yes,
it there.
Yeah. So by default, edit. Yes, you have to edit. So by default, there will be mostly there will be yes or no. Okay, and by default the currency will be US dollar. Okay, so you have to change it. Suppose you are implementing for India, then you have to put it in INR. Okay, so if you are using the default domain, it is showing a local. But whatever the domain you have created of your for your organization, that default domain you have to set it here. Okay. Similarly for organization ID, domain ID, role ID. Suppose this is showing a West underscore user. So whatever the default role you have created for your organization, that you have to maintain. It is one-time activity. You don't have to do come and say change here every time. Similarly, the time zone. Here it is showing the Berlin time zone, Europe slash Berlin, so that the connector will be running in this time zone only. Okay. So if you want to change it as for your time zone, US time zone or whatever the time zone you need, then you have to come in, do the changes here. Okay. And suppose how to audit these changes. So there is something called view configuration changes. Okay. So if I click that.
So we have all this information. I mean, there are many items, right? Like what has to be filled out, maximum client, what they need to fill out. Like this is required line by line. If you read out, we don't know what is that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For your experience, might be you'll understand.
Yes. So it is actually a completely different workshop you have to conduct, because the normally the L&D admin, you will not be able to, they will not be able to grasp these things easily. Okay. So in the client side also, there will be some people who will be more into technical. You have to discuss these files with them, not with the training and learning and admin. Some of the learning admin I have seen, they are very smart and they are actually, they have knowledge about it. Okay. At least, but these are bit technical, the highest technical things in the SuccessFactors LMS. So you have to discuss these things with the technical guys only in your during your workshop. And we generally conduct a different technical workshop, which is a completely different from SuccessFactors LMS normal workshop. Okay, generally dedicated.
Workshop means like with the client or?
Yes, with the client, means what are the
But our
connectors.
client they don't know. I mean, technically
Yeah.
they won't speak, right?
Yes, you have to explain. You have to explain. Client will not, means there will be some people who will be in the client who will be in technical. Okay, generally the IT people who will be responsible for troubleshooting all the connector settings. Okay, if they are the client is having the they are if they are outsourcing to the consultant, then it is well and good. If they are doing it after the production, means after go live, suppose you have to support, then it is fine, it will be with you only, so you don't have to explain these things. But generally what I did, I actually whatever implementation I have worked, I didn't support for after the hypercare. Okay, that support they did it
Oh,
mostly.
you are into support.
No,
Okay.
no. Mostly, I worked in the implementation project, and after implementation, maximum 2 weeks to 1 month, I have supported the client in the hypercare page. And after that, the client they themselves handle it, or otherwise they will be choosing some other support partner. Generally, in India, actually, we don't do support mostly. Mostly the US people, the US projects they support to give to India. But generally, what I didn't work on for support project. Mostly for the last 5 years, I'm into implementations only.
But client says there will be no technical people, right? Sometimes, like
That's
instead
true.
the
That's
technical people will be there.
uh, then you
If I
have
go and
to,
tell the
yeah,
client director here, no,
yeah,
he, I just recently had one experience. Okay,
yeah.
he was like something like he was telling, hey, like Accenture team, listen,
Mm,
I want as a fire extinguisher in my house means I don't want to tell you where are all the place you can need to put.
mm.
As a consulting company, you need to suggest me where
Yeah. That's
where
true.
I need to.
That's
Okay,
true. That's true. Even also, it happened to with me many times. Even the client, some of the
so
they got bored, and some of them started sleeping in the workshop. So I stopped talking this connector configuration most of the time. Only if the client is having their internal IT team, I explained to them, just give it as a part of KT knowledge transfer. Just I gave KT to them,
so
and
do you have any document regarding the each point? What
yes,
is
yes,
what?
I'll be discussing after this session. Means I'll be
Okay,
sharing that file. There is a connector workbook which I have shown. Na, that picture is coming from that connector workbook. Okay, so that connector workbook we will be discussing. Okay, so whatever the fields are
okay,
there, and
okay,
actually in the connector workbook, all the connectors also, whatever the connector you are using, only that you will be discussing with the client. And mostly you don't start with saying all this technical stuff. Just you can just change your tone, like whatever the in a easy way you can explain it. Okay, that I'll be covering once I show all the configurations, means at max 1 or 2 days. Then we'll be discussing in details the workbook. Okay, so at that time you'll be able to relate it, like what are the things you have to do and what are the things you have to say to the client, what not to say. Okay, that I'll be explaining in detail. Okay.
okay.
So this is the point where you have to come and you have to set all the configuration. This is a simple yes or no kind of thing. Yes or no, yes or no, yes, true, false. Okay. So what are things you want to activate, you may maintain those. And the configuration settings, you have to just, this is a one-time activity. You don't have to do it repeatedly unless and until there is a process change. Similarly, we have connector for curriculums. We have connector for items. Okay. So mostly I have used user connector and your learning history connector and the competence connector. So these are the 2 to 3 connectors which I have used frequently. But for all other connectors, actually, we have alternatives, which is easy to use by client. So there is an export import file, so they can use that also without using connector. Hmm. There is a
Okay. So I
statement.
have one question on might
Yeah,
be
yeah,
silly
yeah.
question also.
No, you can ask.
Like, what is your screen size? You're showing it now.
Screen size in the sense, it means
Like
my laptop.
your desk, yeah, your desk size now, desktop size,
Uh,
desktop
Laptop.
laptop
Actually, I'm using laptop. I think it
is
is
15.
15. I think 15 or 14.
Because why I'm asking is for me, if I open configuration, no,
Hmm.
uh, it is showing only few items. Like I need to drag down and go up in my screen.
Okay. No, I can see the full screen in my system.
Yeah, yeah, but okay. So that's what I was saying. Any special
No,
setting?
no. You can. I think you have zoomed or zoomed in, something like that. Okay. If you zoom out, then you will be able to see the relevant thing.
No, no, I did not zoom in. Like it is visible normal size,
Huh.
but I am just doing the top arrow and bottom arrow. I'm
Oh,
clicking that.
okay, okay, okay. But it's not a problem. So just
No, it's not a problem. Just want to check like why it
mm,
is showing to me like that.
for me, actually, it is showing to an entire screen, though it is a very small screen. Sometimes, if I am comfortable with the like, actually the bigger screen than a desktop kind of thing. It's a very means the LMS configuration. Actually, you will be these especially in the admin side. This is
Okay.
actually horrible. This user experience is horrible. Means very configurations and this thing is not very much intuitive and all. They are also changing it in the November October around. Hmm. So these
Who?
means SAP is changing this screen. Means only the screen will be changed. Configuration will be remaining the same. This
Okay.
actually it will be more like Fiori pages. It will be more visualized, visually appealing actually. So it will be a little bit more interactive.
Okay. So whatever the assignment you giving might get changed. Assignment might.
I'll be sharing the latest means at that time whatever the things will be updated. Again, the navigation will be a little bit different for admin, but for user it will be same. But the concept will remain the same. Concept, the theory, all the things will remain. Only the little bit of navigation will be a little bit changed, and that I'll be updating at that point of time. So if
Okay.
I get the latest this thing. So this is regarding your system configuration file for your connector. Okay. So similarly, now I'll be moving to something related to mm, certificate. Okay. So certificate again. So after completion of any training program, you need course completion certificate. Okay. So those things, there are some standard certificate which is offered by SuccessFactors. You can see there is an item landscape sample, program landscape sample. So this is a sample certificate they have given. Okay. So if we go there, you can also create your own template. So like, it's not that much difficult. It's simple. If you know HTML a little bit of, then you can do an edit. So this is my standard template. Okay. So you have a different landscape orientation, like whether you want in portrait format or in the landscape format. Okay, that you can see it. And okay, in the right hand side, you can see there is a logo. I have added this is a system logo, that is SuccessFactors logo. It is coming. Okay, so then you can see some syntax tags, like what are the syntax you can use in this program, like first name, last name, job title. Uh, so you can drag and drop what are the fields required for your certificate. You just put it here, and you have to then you can
So
attach
this
it.
is like a certificate, like a once completion certificate, correct?
Yes, yes. Actually, after certificate completion means once you complete the training, you will be able to see it the same template. Okay, in your in the learning history. If you download, then you can see that template there. That is
Okay.
your certificate related thing. And generally what we do, generally copy the standard which is offered by SAP. We do change the logo because it will be client specific logo, whatever the client you are working. So that logo you have to upload and you have to do the changes, whatever the, that's a simple means you have to change the alignment. Suppose you want some more text you want to change. Okay, so those basic settings you can go and change there. It is easy. Means if you know little bit of HTML, then you can make more interactive. That there is a preview button also. You don't have to go to the system once again to the see the template. Can you see the certificate?
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it will be looking like this. So there will be a border blue color. Suppose you want to change that color. So same thing. It's a simple basic HTML code. So here it is written this is to certify that, but this text may be different for the client. Okay, so that text also you can change. Okay, and completion
Logo also
logo,
change.
logo. It's very simple. So whatever you can, there is always a preview option. As soon as you can do an experiment. Okay, you just do the change the configuration. Again, you come back to this. So there will be an HTML markup language. So here, whatever the color you need, whatever the things, so it's very simple. So HTML. Okay. Again, you come back to preview and you can do the test immediately. You don't have to assign an item to the user and you test. Not like that. Immediately in the configuration level itself, there is a preview option. Okay. So you will be
Okay.
going there and you will be doing whatever changes required. It is as simple as that.
Okay.
Even the clients, if they have basic knowledge, you don't have to be an expert in HTML. If you have basic knowledge of HTML, then you can just do it. You don't have to just like in SuccessFactors. I mean, sorry, in the on-premise days, you have to depend on the ABAP to create a form, and you have to create a template for that. But here, as a functional consultant, as an admin, also you can do that. So it is not that much difficult. Hmm. So this is regarding the certificate. Okay. So next, I'll be showing you something related to notifications. Okay. So for all the SuccessFactors notifications, our templates are stored here. Okay. And you don't have any opportunity to change that much. So whatever the standard SuccessFactors LMS notification they have given, you can do a little change only. Only say only 2 to 3%. Okay. So you can't create your own template and you can't attach it to whatever the templates you need. That options we don't have in SuccessFactors. Many of the clients they actually ask for that, but you have to say yes. So it is not possible. So you have very much restriction, lot of restriction in the templates. Okay. So this is one of the notifications which I'm showing to you. This is an assignment to alternate supervisor notification email template. Okay. So suppose there is a new supervisor delegation and your notification you want to send to some other supervisor, who that is an alternate supervisor, then you can see this message. What are the messages coming here? That same message, body, text, okay, subject. So here you can see the notification for that. At present, it is blank. So whatever the notification you want to means text you can change, okay, but the entire template you can't change. So whatever the changes you want to do, you can come, you can write a subject line here, okay, write a body here, okay. That only you can do the changes. Only that much flexibility they have, okay. But you can't create a template of your own directly. So whatever the template we have existing, there are around 140 plus templates here, okay. So I'll be showing one of another template, like say confirmation of learner request submission or notify learner of approval request. Suppose you have raised a learning approval and it has been approved. Okay. So how the message will be looking like? So here some label is there, like body. You have some text. Okay. So this text label key you can change to some extent. Suppose you want to send any custom thing, there is an option called launch editor. Okay, but this is an ad hoc notification. So if you click the launch editor, can you see the pop-up or shall I reshare?
Oh, yeah, pop-up is coming now.
Okay.
Notification.
So actually this one is little bit user friendly. So here if you go to the launch editor, then you can see the tags. So there are syntax tags like subject is request approved for ampersand is title. Okay. The template description is notify learner of approval request. So here you can edit the text. So user first name, last name, user ID, these are the template based. Like whatever the users you are selecting, that for that user, that name will be coming. Suppose I am sending a notification to for any learner, and you are one of the learner. So system will say yes, this is the Madan, and Madan's user ID will be in the actual template. In the actual email, it will be coming there, and approval type and start date, end date, everything will be coming there. And there is a custom thing also, you can edit it here. Like if you want to add any custom text, like contact HR admin if you are facing any issue, okay. So you can maintain that text here, okay. But what are the fields? We have limitations, okay. So in the right hand side, you can see there are some syntax tag. For each template, we can have only limited syntax tag, okay. They say approval type, cancellation policy, step name, start date, end date. So for user ID, user first name, last name, okay. So these are the fields only you can have in this template. So you can't have your own template. You can't have your own syntax tag, okay. What you can have, only you can have your own text. Suppose you want to add some additional text, additional message in that email, you can give it directly from here. Other than that, there are restriction. You can't, just like in RCM, we have a lot of flexibility. You can create your own template. You can create your own offer letter template, depend whatever you require, okay. But in LMS, we have a lot of restriction. You can use only the limited whatever the template they have given, and the limited syntax tags we can use for that template. And you can add some picture also. There is an option to add pictures, and whatever you can add some additional link here. You can add some tables. So you can change the font here, bold, italic, underline. All these functions are here from a look and feel point of view. But when it comes to syntax tags and the syntax templates, you have limited options here. Okay, so there are limitations. There are things you have to understand, and you should be able to explain to the client accordingly. And if you want to send preview, you can also send preview to you. So whatever the whoever is the admin, you'll be getting the notification, the preview of that email, how this notification will be looking like before sending to the users. Okay. So this is how a notification templates will be looking like. Any questions on this? Because you don't have to, though there is an add new option, you can't create your new and you can't attach to it. So there are restrictions. In the attachment section, you can attach some file in that template also.
Okay.
So there are three sections: summary, attachment, and message. For each template, you will be having these three options. And there are so many templates, but you have a restriction. Means you don't have that much flexibility as you wish.
Okay.
So this is for today. We have covered the connector part, connector configuration, connector settings. We have seen little bit of SFTP. And that SFTP will be actually in the till my first project. I have not seen the SFTP. At least I have shown you how the SFTP will be looking like. But I have read it theoretically and I have seen in the videos only. In the first project only, I got how the SFTP will be looking like. So this is how the SFTP will be looking like. And
so SFTP is required whenever the connector is being used. Correct?
Exactly. Whenever you need a connector, so in that case only you will be requiring that SFTP. And for each
Connector.
project,
Okay, connector is for load the means
outbound file, inbound
outbound
file,
file.
just like we have in SAP. So similarly, you will be having outbound, inbound concept here. So same thing means we call it as a producer consumer. Some people call it as a source destination.
So employee information also it will be considered like that. I mean, we need
Yes.
to upload it.
No.
Only
For
after.
employee information, it is easy because we have a dedicated employee export file in the SuccessFactors platform. Once you schedule that, automatically it will go and sit into the SFTP. Okay. Otherwise,
No, I mean, like for LMS,
hmm.
so EC in, I mean, in the EC side, Employee Central, we already loaded the information, right? For few employees. So for LMS also, we need to load separately.
No. Actually,
Connector?
that is the reason we are using connector. So SF user connector, actually, it will pull that file. So whatever the employee file you are creating in the employee central, okay, that file will be coming to the SFTP automatically using that. If you have scheduled that employee export program, okay. So from that file, SFTP means the user connector will be taking that file and consume it and update those data in the LMS. That is the concept.
Okay, that was like, so the employee data will be available in EC as well as in LMS.
Yes. Once if your connector is working, if
you don't read the EC data, correct?
No, it will not directly read the EC data because
Because
these
both
are
are different platforms.
both are two different box. Okay, the
Yeah, correct. Plateau.
this is a Plateau system and that is this thing,
Yes,
the
system.
different system. That is the problem with SAP SuccessFactors. We don't just like in Workday. If you go, they have only single source. Everything they are configuring from one system only. But in SuccessFactors, whatever the acquisition they have done, they are struggling. Means like onboarding, they have struggled. But actually, they are streamlining it slow. But actually, it is a struggle for developer, consultant, everyone.
So you aware of Workday as well?
Workday actually, I got initial training, but actually, I have not worked on it.
Sorry.
I have not
You
worked.
worked on
I have not worked on it. Actually, I didn't want to go to there also because workforce no, workforce analytics and workforce I have not worked. Time management workforce also I have not worked on.
Yeah, time management also.
But that I know I have not worked on that.
Okay.
Because there are so many things you will not be able to focus.
Yeah, even I also after you said Workday. I before SuccessFactors interest, I was having interest in Workday before, like sometimes 2-3 years back. Then client forced me to do this.
No, SuccessFactors is cool. Actually, there also customer also base is increasing. So no need to worry. At least your future is secured. At least in those countries, Asia Pacific and all this. But Workday is also good. I have seen the system, but But the thing is, little bit the training part is little more much costlier than success factors. 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs like that. The training.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
very few people have done Workday implementation in my team. That's why.
Yeah. Yesterday, yeah, after you said job seeker, I was recollecting.
Hmm.
I have one consultant. Okay.
Hmm.
Here, he was working with the client as a contractor for 44 years.
40?
4.
Okay. 4 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 44 for 44 years he is working with the client, same client.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, like he was more particular. Say if client wants A in his program, it is the developer. In his program, it shows A. If client wants B, it shows B.
Okay.
Okay. You can't understand. Like only say until the requirement you got the things.
Hmm.
Then yesterday I was asking, hey, why you are so particular in logic? You can see whatever in output.
Hmm.
Okay, so why particularly you written? Then he said like a job security, mother. That is the
Yeah.
reason I was serviced for 44 years.
Yeah. 44 is very, I mean, somebody I can't imagine staying in the same.
Yeah, same industry, same as a contractor is working
Okay.
44 years.
In,
So I was like, hey, they're paying more. So, say how long I'm here. See, like that he was telling. I was
how
worried.
old is
Oh,
how old is he?
he's 62 something now.
62. Oh,
Hmm.
still he's doing
But
technical things.
yes,
Oh, no, I know people there like I have seen people in the US and European countries. They still love to do technical, but in India, after doing 5 years, 10 years, they want to be manager.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
No, that is like that is the one thing, sir, that I've learned from whatever here is,
hmm,
it's really the people, even though they're not worried about age.
yes, very
Okay,
true.
so
Very
they're whatever the aspiration and they're
true.
doing, and they're good. They're having good market and they're getting the same amount. What do they say? What I
Exactly.
can do position like that. Don't contractor will use us to me
Hmm.
in uh, in my previous project.
Yeah, it's all about the mindset.
Uh,
The mindset they are
yeah,
having. Yeah.
yeah. He used to say, hey, I have your age son-in-law.
Hmm.
So it's okay. Cool
Cool.
say.
Okay, okay. Okay, have a nice day.
Okay.
We'll,
Yeah. Have a good night. Good
yeah, chalo.
day.
Yeah,
Chalo.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.